So true false, this is your question. If a guy is being paid 100K, and you guys are tax exempt, what do we do? So the payee guide says contributions paid by a non-taxable employer to a registered pension scheme or excess contributions paid to a registered pension scheme shall be employment benefit chargeable to tax on the employee. So what are we saying? If it's an unregistered pension scheme, the full employer's contribution is a benefit. If it's registered, the excess above the limit. What is the limit? The limit is this: 30% of pensionable income, or 20,000 per month. Currently, this will increase after Finance Bill 2024. So you don't take this into account. Or actually, you should. The actual contribution. Interesting. So if we come back to our example, let's say if the employee's limit, employee contribution is, say for example, 15,000. So limit will be the lesser of 15K or 20K or 30K. Okay, that 100K times 30% gives you the 30K. So in this case, it will be 15K. If this person's contribution is 25K, then of course the lesser will be 20K. So let's assume his contribution is quite high. You'll take 20K. So the excess employer contribution is whatever the employer is paying minus the lowest of these, which is that. So in this case, that is the excess. That is what is added as a benefit. So you need to calculate based on these rules. So what do you do in Payslip Maker? You come here, you go to benefit. I don't have a benefit for that. You can come here and say pension benefit. Let's just do the same, pension benefit, no space, save. In this case, you want it fixed because it is the same. Make sure it comes here, and then you come. Let's do Jane again. So let's display. So Jane's contribution is 10K. The employer's contribution is 10K. Jane's salary is 100, so the lower of 10K or 30K or 20K will be 10K. So if it's to a registered scheme, the excess employer contribution, in this case, which is 10K, right, minus 10K will be 0. So there'll be nothing to be taxed. But if you're contributing to an unregistered scheme, the full employer contribution is a benefit. So let's assume that's your scenario. So we come, let's close this, and make sure that I have that. I'll say here Jane, a catch, benefit, pension benefit, 10K. This is the case of unregistered scheme. If registered, in this case it is 0. Okay, so that's for Jane. If we look at John has a big salary of $1 million. So if we look at, let's go to John's contribution. So it's the lowest of his salary is, let's just for simplicity say $1 million, so it's 300,000. The lowest of 300,000, 20K, and his contribution, and 100K. So the lowest in this case is 20K. So for him, the excess, if it's a registered scheme, the excess will be 80K. So if we go down, let's say John his excess benefit will be 80k, which is 100k minus 20k limit. Okay, that's in the case of registered scheme. If it had been unregistered, the full 100k would be taxable. If registered. Okay, so what that will do, if we process, let's go to payslips just to see. So in the case of Jane, it has added her here benefit, pension benefit. So it's adding to her taxable pay here. So her taxable pay has gone up. Her salary has not gone up, but her taxable pay has gone up. In the case, and that's by 10k. In the case of John, where is John? His has gone up by 80k. Alright, so this was 1.15 plus 80 minus 20, which is 60. 60 add here, you get 1 to 10. So this now is what is going to be taxed on. So that's what they mean by when they say a benefit chargeable to tax. You input it as a benefit in payslip maker. Okay, which is, if we go back down, so in this case you have benefit that and you have benefit that.